At Queensland. Hello and welcome. I'm super excited to be crafting with you again today, and I have so much to show you today. We have an awesome sale happening at the moment. So what I decided to do is showcase some of the things that are available in this awesome sale. So I'll wait for a little while for everybody to jump on and we can get started. So of course, every now and then we have some super exciting things that happen with Stampin' Up, and we have a massive sale on at the moment. So if you haven't been on my newsletter, if you haven't actually been on my email list and got the email, we have up to 20% off selected items in our annual catalog. So we have stamp sets reduced, punches reduced, dies reduced, embossing folders reduced, paper reduced. It is a super awesome fun sale. So now is not only a really good time to buy things that are on your wish list that have been in that annual catalog, but it's also an awesome time to join. And I've had a couple of people that have actually taken me up on the offer because the sale items you can pop into a starter kit today and get even more for your money. So I am telling you, and if you join today and you've got more things that you want to put in an order that you can't fit it all in your starter kit, as soon as you get the confirmation email, you can turn around and actually purchase the sale items at the sale price plus get 20% discount on top as well. So it is a win-win situation right at the very moment. And I mean, quite a few people have been contacting me, which is really awesome because I put it out there is a sale on. You can get a lot for your money, but you can get even more for your money when you join and purchase the starter kit. So for $169, you get to choose $235 worth of product. Any of the sale items can be put into a starter kit. So it's super awesome. I actually had a lady last night and she was like, oh my God, I've got so much I want to get, but I want to go over the amount. And I'm like, well, what you need to do is purchase a starter kit because you have to go right to the $235 mark. And I said, and then turn around and reorder some things. We've got 2 more days left of this sale. So it's a really good time, as I said, to buy and to also join. So I can see a few of your commenting there. Hello, welcome. So I've got a lot to show you today. So I'm actually going to pop my camera down and just talk about a couple of things that I have happening in my business at the moment, and then we will get on to crafting. So Sweet Delicious for this month is the fitting florets. My stamps club for this month is also the fitting florets. So this is an absolutely gorgeous suite that's out of our brand new catalog that's going to be live in January next year. So it's an early release product. You've seen many people using it, but Rose and I are doing a fun fold class, and it costs $70. You get a full pack of the Fitting Florets Designer Series paper, which is only available while supplies last. It will not be carrying through to the next catalog. The gold adhesive back swirls, which will not be getting carried through either. And you will also get a roll of the polished pink ribbon. So if you're interested in that, you get access to 2 videos which will get emailed out to you. So you don't have to be on Facebook. They will get sent out to you via an email, and you'll have the link to an unlisted video. On YouTube, you'll have a video of myself showing 3 fun folds and a video of Rose showing her 3 fun folds. So it's a great thing to be a part of. Next month, I'm going to put it out there now. Next month is going to be the Sun Prints, and I'm going to use the Sun Prints Designer Series paper today and the Nature's Prints bundle we will be using next month. So the only thing that you need to be able to craft along with this is your own cardstock and the bundle and the inks that we will be using in this. So it's a super fun class. November, as I said, monthly Stamps Club is the Fitting Florets. So my Stamps Club costs $50 per month. You get the stamp set. For the month, you get a card kit cut. So any of the die cuts that I've done in the designs that I've created to make 6 cards, that will all be cut for you, and everything will be cut to size. All you will need is your own inks, and the stamp set comes as part of your Stamps Club as well. I do have an optional upgrade every month. I always have an optional upgrade to to the bundle as well. And if you already own the set but you wanted to still get in on the Stamps Club and still get the video and the kit, then you can swap it out for something to the same value or less, and I will definitely pop you on my list. Oh, and summer retreat. Registrations have opened for my summer retreat. So my 2-day summer retreat is here in Beaudesert in Queensland. It is 2 days of action-packed fun. It is 2 days of crafting and hanging out with people. It's held at the Club Beaudesert, which is the RSL club here in Beaudesert. But you can also purchase a retreat in a box for an extra $25. That just covers the postage, and you will get 8 make and take projects. You will get the stamp and die set. So I've actually chosen the stamp and die set, and it's a new stamp and die set out of the brand new mini catalog. And it is the by the bay, by the anyway, you won't know because you haven't seen the new catalog. But for anyone that's a demonstrator that went to On Stage, we all know the actual set. And I don't even, hang on, I will tell you exactly what the name of the set is. So if it's anyone that is a demonstrator that wants to come to my 2-day retreat, I will make sure that you don't purchase the one that we're going to be using in retreat. And it is, where are we? I'm sure I will find it here in a minute. It is called Seaside Bay Bundle. That's what you will be getting. So you will get the stamp set and the die. So Seaside Bay Bundle is the one that I'll be using. So it's very ocean themed. It's absolutely gorgeous. So that's, you'll get the stamp set, you'll get the die set, you'll get designer series paper, ribbon, embellishments, cardstock. You'll get a PDF tutorial showing you step by step how to make the 8 make and take projects. I normally mix it up. I normally have a range of different things. It's cards, 3D items, home decor. I try to change it up as much as I can, and I try to keep you busy for the whole 2 days. So my retreat are not like other people where you actually go to the retreat and you hang out and you do your own stuff. Mine is all pre-designed, step by step, with instructions showing you how to make the 8 projects, and I walk around and help people for the whole 2 days. It is a fantastic time. I released the registration only Monday, Tuesday, and I already had like I think 10 people signed up straight away within like 2 hours. So it's a very popular event. So if you're interested, if you live at the Gold Coast, Brisbane, it's a great weekend away. There's a couple of motels here in town, or there's some other motels that are like 20 minutes out of town at other little smaller towns that you could stay at. But it's a super, super fun time to be crafting with others. All right, let's get to crafting. So everything that I'm using today is reduced. So everything that I'm using is on the sale. So if there's anything that you love, you are absolutely going to be able to get it at a reduced price. So I decided to use the Nature's Prints. I love this stamp set. So the stamp is on sale. The dies are on sale. And I'm actually going to pair it up with the the evergreen, I was going to call it evening evergreen, the evergreen border punch, because I wanted to do a really, really quick, easy card with this, but using this punch as well. And using the gorgeous designer series paper, and there's a fern embossing folder. So everything is on sale. Totally. Everything is on sale. Annette's saying retreat is great and heaps of extra goodies to treat yourself. Look, and I'm just going to show that. Annette comes to my retreats, and she actually said to me at the first retreat that she came to, she said, I don't understand, Donna, you give us so much. And that's exactly what I'm about. I enjoy what the money that you spend. It costs $190 for the 2 days. And the money that you spend, honestly, I purchase product and I give it all back to you. So it's as simple as that. I purchase the product and give it all back to you. I try to give you as much as I possibly can for the amount that you pay. So it's a win-win situation for the people that attend, because you get product. And the only thing that you are going to need is your inks and your tools to actually come and do it. And even if you don't have that, if you're attending in person, I take a selection of the inks, and people borrow them off me. All right, so this paper is on sale. So Sunprint's paper is on sale. It is absolutely gorgeous. It has that beautiful blue and white theme. So I decided that I would, and there's a little bit of grey granite in here as well. So I decided to do a really quick card using an embossing folder and using a punch and just showing you how quickly and easily you can create a really, really cute card, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss this piece of white cardstock with the fern embossing folder. So I love embossing folders for adding texture to the background of your card. And it just creates, I'm just going to bring in the cut and emboss machine here. It just creates a totally different look to your cards when you add a little bit of texture just in behind. And it's a simple thing. So if you haven't embossed before, whoops, I better do the right thing. If you haven't embossed before, on our cut and emboss machine, and you can place a cut and emboss machine in a starter kit, just saying. On our cut and emboss machine, on our base plate, it tells us all the combinations of what we need to be able to cut, to be able to emboss. So when we're die cutting, this is number 1. So that's when we're die cutting. Now it says if we're embossing, because we're going to go to this section because we are going to emboss. Now you've got to work out what type of embossing folder you have. This is a 3D embossing folder. It's quite thick. You will feel the difference in embossing folders when you feel a thin one. A thin one feels really paper thin and a thick one feels nice and thick and chunky. So this one's a thick one. So because it's a thick one, we use just our number 1 plate and we also use a number 4 plate. So it says here using with 3D embossing folders, okay? Now we always put the fold going through our cut and emboss machine first, and we only roll one way. Now the reason that we do that is we don't want to crack that fold on our embossing folder. If we don't have it folded exactly right, you'll find that you can tend to crack it if it's not lined up properly. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to roll that through with my 3D grey plate, and we are going to get a gorgeous fern look, okay? So we have that. So that's the first job that we're doing. Okay. So the next job that we're doing is I wanted to take a strip of this designer series paper. Now, some people struggle with border punches. Some people say, I don't know how to line them up. I don't know what to do. Now, what I say to people with a border punch is that you pop your paper in. Now, I always tend to pop my paper in that I line it up here. Now, you're probably going to waste a little bit of paper here, but that's totally okay. So I'm going to pop it in there and I'm going to punch it, okay? And then I'm going to move this along, and can you see? I have a pattern here. Can you see here? We have a pattern and we also have a pattern there. So all I've got to do is line that pattern up and make sure that I've got it butted up against here again, line that pattern up with the trees, which that's it right there. Line the pattern up with the trees and repunch again, and then slide along again, line the trees up, which is there, line the trees up and punch again. And you'll see we get this cute tree border, okay? So I'm actually going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to punch it out of that, but I'm also going to punch it out of a piece of Night of Navy cardstock and probably a piece of white as well. So I'm just going to, with the edge of this one, I'm just going to, and you can see here, I've got some nice little pieces that come out of the border punch. So once again, I'm going to line this up in here again. So I can line it up here that I can punch it right there. Okay, so there's a line there that we can line it up. So I can line it up, punch it like that. Now line my trees up again. And that's all you've got to do. Line it up with that pattern on there. Make sure it's butted up against it. Punch and move along again. So that's how easy these cute border punches are. So I've got that. I'm now going to grab a piece of white cardstock. I need a bit of stretch. Just bear with me while I grab some. Okay, so I'm just going to grab just a full sheet of cardstock, white, and I'm just going to pop the end in. So we'll pop that over there. All right, so once again, lining up again. I'll put it that way so you can see me lining the trees up. So you line your trees up there, making sure that you've got this bit butted up against the punch, and then just punch, line it up again, line the trees up. Make sure you've got this bit butted up against and punch. And you've got some cute trees. Absolutely so easy to use. I know a lot of people get a little bit confused when it comes to border punches, but as you can see, a very simple, easy way to punch some trees. All right, so we have that. I'm just going to remove my rubbish so I don't get too messy here on my desk. All right. Good morning, Joanna. How are you? All right, so I've got my card base here. I've got a couple of trees. So I'm going to fold my card base. This is just a basic white, thick card base. And I will grab my bone folder and score that. Okay, so I've now got my embossed layer that I've actually done with that fern embossing folder. So I'm just going to adhere that with some glue. So as I said, any of the items that I'm using here today are all on sale. It is a super, super awesome sale. So you can either make the best of the sale and order up big and get some things off your wish list, or you can join and get a discount as well as get many, many bargains. So I'm actually going to pile a few of these up and get like a nice little border of trees going along the bottom. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere the Night of Navy one down, and then I'm just going to stagger them and I'm going to trim them off the bits that I don't need. So I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue. And we will adhere that one around about there, going across, like so. The next one I'm going to do is a white one. So I want to sort of stagger that a little bit, like so. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on the back. I'm going to stagger that one a little tiny bit like that. And then with our patterned piece, now I could do it that way, but I'm actually going to use the blue. I like the blue. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on there. All right, and this one's going to get staggered as well. So it's just going to be like a cute row of Christmas trees, like that. All right, and then, of course, anything that's overhanging, I'm just going to flip it over and trim it off. So run my scissors along the edge of the cardstock there and just trim them off. Same on that side there. There's a little bit there. Okay, so we have a gorgeous row of trees. Now, of course, we just need to stamp a sentiment on here. So I'm going to bring in some more punches because all of these punches are on sale as well. So I think I'm going to do the lasting label punch. So I'm just going to grab a white piece of cardstock and I'm going to grab my Night of Navy. And I'm just going to do a heartfelt thank you, I think, for that one, which is that one there. So I'm just going to ink that one up, and I'm going to stamp that in Night of Navy, just there on that white piece of cardstock. And then I'm going to take the lasting label punch and punch that one out. Just like that. I'm also going to take a scrap of Night of Navy and punch another one out. And I'm just going to cut that little one in half. Just like that. And then we are going to straddle this onto those two pieces. And it's just going to create a little bit of a shadow border for us. Yeah, like that. And that one there like that. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a shadow border in behind our sentiment label there. And I'm just going to pop that one up on the front. Now, just to add a little bit of interest in behind here, I'm going to take some of my linen thread. If I can get that to come undone. It wants to be knotted up for some reason. I have no idea why. Okay, so I'm going to just take some of my linen thread. I'm going to grab some of my Seal Plus, and I'm just going to carefully add some Seal Plus onto there, very carefully. Then I'm just going to take my linen thread. I'm going to run it through my fingers. Oh, thank you, Susan. I'm going to run it through my fingers, and I'm going to wrap it around 2 fingers, 3 fingers, and then 4 fingers and cut it off. And I wrapped it around the wrong hand, so now I'm cutting left-handed. Oh, anyway, for all those lefties out there. All right, now I'm just going to sit that into that Seal Plus. Okay, so I just wanted a little bit of interest in behind my sentiment layer. It's always handy just to do a nice little bit of string like that in behind. I need to stretch it out a little bit more. I've made a little bit too little there. All right, that's a bit better. Oh. And then in there like that. All right. And then I'm just going to pop that up onto my card. So I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue. Now, seeing as this is on a white piece, a white card base, I'm actually not going to pop an insert inside. I'm actually just going to stamp inside. So I thought what I might do is take that fern, seeing as we've embossed out on the front with the fern, I'll take the fern and my Night of Navy ink, and I'm just going to pop a piece of cardstock in behind, and I'm going to do my pierce mat because my desk has a bit of a pattern on it. Just going to ink up that fern and just do 1 full strength, 1 second strength, and 1 third strength. Okay, just in the corner. So super, super easy. And then, of course, embellish with some embellishments. And I think I'm going to take, I've got some of these festive pearls. These are honestly by far my favorite embellishments at the moment is these festive pearls. They are fantastic for, hey Julie, fantastic for any crafting. Okay, so I'm going to pop one there, I'm going to pop one up there, and I'm going to pop one just down there. So a very simple, easy card using a punch and a stamp set. So 2 punches and a stamp set. So very, very simple, quick, easy card. All right, let's pop that aside and let's start the next one. So this one here is by far one of my favorite stamp sets of all times. It was, when it first came out, I was like, oh, I love this stamp set. Now, I've actually used a color combination that I used with this stamp set. I used it as one of my Stamp Squabs stamps, and I loved the color combination that I did with it. So I thought I would bring that back and show you. All right, so the Forever Fern is on sale as well as the Forever Flourishing dies are on sale as well. So I'm going to do a Blushing Bride card base. I'm going to fold that in half. Okay. Now I do have to do a bit of cutting here, and I do apologize because I haven't cut my layers like I was going to. So I'm going to cut a mint macaron layer, but then I'm also going to cut, I'll do that. I'm also going to cut I've got that one. I'm also going to cut a Merry Merlot layer. So I've got Blushing Bride, Mint Macaron, and Merry Merlot. So I'm just going to cut this one like 1/8 of an inch smaller again. There. Okay. And then I'm also going to cut my white layer 1/8 of an inch smaller again. Okay. Now, I don't often do this, but sometimes this just gives you a really, really nice look to your cards. Pop that there. Okay. So, I'm trying to keep everything in control here. So, I've got a Mint Macaron layer, I've got a Merry Merlot layer, and then I've got a basic white layer. And it's going to go onto my pink, okay? So the color combination is just stunning. So I'm going to grab my Mint Macaron ink pad, my Merry Merlot ink pad, and my Blushing Bride ink pad. All right. And you get me every time when it comes to like ferns and things like that. With stamps, because you can do so much with them. So I'm just going to take that white piece and my scrap piece of white on my pierce mat. Okay, and we're just going to do a little bit of stamping here using these combination of colors. So first of all, I'm going to do the big leafy image in Mint Macaron. So I'm just going to mount that one up on a block and grab my Mint Macaron. Morning, Crystal. All right, so now this is a larger leaf image. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to do this just twice. Can you see the detail in this stamp? Isn't it just stunning? It is such a beautiful stamp. Okay, so I've got Mint Macaron. I have got Blushing Bride. So I'm going to use this one with the Blushing Bride. So I'll mount that one up as well. I'll do that one there. Okay, so we have Blushing Bride. So I'm just going to randomly stamp with a bit of Blushing Bride here. Okay, there. Then, of course, we have our Merry Merlot. So because the Merry Merlot is the stronger out of the colours, I tend to just do smaller bits and pieces with the strongest colour. So the darkest colour, I tend to do smaller bits as much as I can. So we're just going to come through with the Merry Merlot, peeking out through here. Okay. And then, of course, there's my favourite, a set of dots. Don't we all love dots? Absolutely stunning. So I'm actually going to do the dots in Merry Merlot as well. And the dots just give it a little bit of texture, a little bit of interest. And don't be scared when you're stamping like this to stamp over the top of your stamped images, because it just creates a little bit of texture. Okay. So as you can see, a really, really quick, easy border. Now I can use it down the right-hand side, or I can use it down the left-hand side. So when I go to put my card together, I will just make the decision of where I want to pop that as I put the card together. Now, one of the things that I absolutely love about this set is that we have these gorgeous die cut pieces that we can do. So I've got that one there. And I might just do that one, actually. I'm just going to do that one. Okay. So I'm going to die cut that one, I think, in mint macaron. So I've got a layer here. So I'm going to use my layer wisely. So I'm not going to waste any cardstock here. Now this layer is going to go in underneath my Merry Merlot. So no one's going to know that we've cut out of that layer. So I'm just going to grab my cut and emboss machine again, bring that in, and we will cut that layer out. So now, because we're cutting, we're going to bring back our thin die adapter, and we're also going to grab 2 of our cutting plates, so 2 of our number 3s. So I'm just going to grab that. I'm going to pop my mint macaron layer through there and a cutting pad on top and run that through. All right. You love the dottage, Vicky? I know. Like it really just sets it off, doesn't it? Okay, so we have a die cut piece there. I'll just pop that out of the way. Okay, so we have this gorgeous die cut piece here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer up my layers with my liquid glue. Now, I also want to add texture to this stamped image, this stamped layer that I've got here for this one. So I'm actually going to run that, even though I've stamped it, I'm going to run that through an embossing folder. And I think I'm going to do, where did I put it? Here. The time-worn type. Okay, so I'm just going to run that through like that. So I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss machine again. Now the time-worn type is a 3D embossing folder, so we're going to go back to our base plate once again. Just our base plate and our grey plate. So number 1 and number 4, we're going to have the fold going through first. Now this is a really, really great way of really just adding texture to your card and looking at your card, thinking, you know, wow, what is it about that card? Look at that. So we've got the stamped images down the side, but then we've put some texture into it as well. So just by using embossing folders to be able to do things like that is, as I said, it changes up your card and adds a little bit more texture and a little bit more style to your card. Okay, so we're going to layer that one up onto there. All right, and we've got that like that. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little, I've got my double oval punch, which is on sale as well. So I thought what I might do is just stamp a little sentiment that says hello. And we could, and I've mucked up here a bit. I should have done the decorative punch part, but I'm going to do it out of here. I've got a scrap piece here. I could have done it out of my layer that was in under here, but I didn't. But that's okay. We'll just punch it out of there. And then I'm going to stamp the word hello, which is there. Okay, and I'm going to do that in Merry Mellow. So we'll just do hello there. Now, no, I didn't. I need to do it. I need to do it further up. I need a little bit more room for the oval. So let's go that way, like that. Okay. Now, I'm actually going to cut this strip. Hopefully that I can pop it into the punch like so. Okay. So we've just got hello there like that. Okay. So I'm going to pop that up with dimensionals. I can see there's a bit of are you coming to the class on the 25th? So on the 25th, Annette, I've actually swapped my class that was on this Friday. I've swapped it to next Friday. So it's 6 Christmas cards using the Decorated with Happiness. And yes, Trish is going. All right, so I'm actually just going to pop that in behind my hello. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. And it's not too late, Annette, if you wanted to come. Oh, yes, then, she says. I think registration it'll say that it's closed, Annette, but just pop the money into my account and I'll just pop you on the list. All right. So we have hello. And then, of course, we're going to pop that onto our Blushing Bride card base. Like so. And of course, for inside, we're just going to grab our scrap paper again and we'll just stamp some of that again on the inside. So we've got mint macaron with the large leaf. I'm just going to do large leaf in the corner there like that. We will do Blushing Bride. That one. And of course, Merry Mellow. But as you can see, this set is stunning. And as I said, with the sale, it is gorgeous. Who could not fall in love with that set? Honestly. All right. Okay, so we'll pop that on the inside, and that is card number 2 done. Okay. That one, and into here. And there we have it. And of course, we can add some pearls, and I'm just going to use the festive pearls again, as I said, because it's one of my favorites, but I'm going to use these ones here because they have a little bit of a bluish greenish tinge, but go really, really well with that set. There you go. What do you think? Very pretty. Trish says favorite set. Love, love, love. I love it too, Trish. I do. It is definitely one of my favorites. All right. Let's move those out of the way now, and let's move on to the next one. I told you I had lots for you today. I was so excited. I was getting everything out today thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have a lovely time crafting today. All right. So my next one is the Honeybee Home, because I thought, well, the Honeybee Home stamp set is on sale. The dies are on sale. The 3D embossing, I know, Susan, I know. Everyone's saying, are you not well, Donna? You're not putting bows on. But you know what? I've got so many cards and so many things to show you that I thought maybe I might go bowless today. All right, I'm going to do a black card base. Like so. I'm going to cut that layer to the front. There and there. I did do a bit of twine, but not a bow on that one. All right, now I think I have that front bit sorted. Nearly sure I do, yes. Okay, I'm going to emboss that one with the Honeybee folder. So I'll bring that back in. This one's a 3D folder as well, so just going to do that. So once again, using the fold going straight through, we're going to do that one like that. Now this 3D Hive embossing folder can go either way. You can have it that it can go this way, okay? So it looks like the honeycomb, looks like a little bit like chicken wire, or it can go that way as well. So you can have the debossed or the embossed side. I'm actually going to go this way. Now I've used crushed curry here as my bee color. We used to have bumblebee as a color, so crushed curry to me is a close second. Hey Carol, how you going? Is a close second to having that nice bumblebee color. All right, so I'm actually going to just tear this a little tiny bit down the bottom. Okay, just to give it a little bit of interest across the bottom, and I'm going to adhere that. The name, Joanna, the name of the stamp set that I just used was Forever Fern, and it's on sale. So it was, and it's in the Show More box down below too, Joanne, if you needed to look. I have a link straight to my store. So it is called the Forever Fern, and let me see what the dies were called. So Forever Fern, and the dies are called Forever Flourishing dies. Okay. And it is on sale today and tomorrow. All right. So we have that there. Okay. Now, I'm going to use some of the dies because the dies in this I absolutely love. So I'm just going to use, we've got a cute little flower there, another cute little piece there, and I'm actually going to use some of, I'm just going to use the die cuts, but I'm also going to use a cute little bee out of here. This one here. I love this little bee here. Okay, so out of my basic white here, I'm going to cut, I'm going to stamp a little bee, and I'm wondering, do I have any black? I do have some black ink here. I was going to say, I wonder whether I have any black ink here, which I do. So my black Memento ink, and I'm going to ink up my little bee. There. Isn't he cute? You love what I did with it, Joanna. Yeah, it's a lovely set. I'm telling you, I have absolutely loved that set forever. Okay, so we have our bee there that we can cut out, and I'm going to cut out some of those die cut pieces, and I'm just going to cut them out in white because I just wanted to do a really simple, easy card. So I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss machine again. I'm going to grab that thin die adapter. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cheat, people. Don't go mad on me when you see me do this. I'm going to use my magnetic plate because I can, just so that I can line that die up. Okay, so we're going to line our bee die up. And I'm just going to cut some of those pieces out. All right. So we have, now look at these dies. These dies are stunning. So we have a cute little flower there. We have our cute little bee that we've cut out. And we also have this flower piece as well. Okay. This is a well-loved set. I used this set for one of my retreats. All right, I'll pop those dies back into the case so I don't lose them. All right. And I was thinking, oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use some of this ribbon. Seeing that you're all worried about me not using ribbon, I thought I better use some ribbon. All right, so I'm going to wrap some ribbon around. And I cheat, I always do, oops, always, okay. Let's try again. Let's go, there we go. Okay, wrap the ribbon around. Now, the reason why my cardstock tore like that was because I was a little bit too heavy-handed with that Seal Plus on the back. And obviously, maybe my cardstock has a little bit of moisture in it. And if you're too heavy-handed with the Seal Plus, it can tend to tear up your card. So there you go. See, we all make mistakes. All right. Oh, thanks. Annette, that's so lovely. Annette just shouted me a cup of coffee. So for anyone that's on, that's really lovely. Thank you, Annette. For anyone that's on YouTube, there is a little button that is just down in between the like button and the share button, and it says thanks with a $sign in it. And you can actually give me a donation for me sharing all of the things that I do. So thank you. That is awesome. So Annette's obviously found where that little button is. All right. So I have my gorgeous little little pieces here. So I'm just going to do a cute little piece like that. My little bee's going to stick up here. And then we're going to use one of the sentiments. What are we going to do? Best of, I might use that little oval again because I think it will be small enough. Miss You. We might do Miss You. Okay. So I'm going to stamp that in black. Thank you so much. That is lovely. All right. So we're going to ink that up and we're going to stamp that down. And I'm going to cut that again as well so that I can run it through my oval punch. So this is called the double oval punch. I'm going to do that one. And I'm going to do, I think I might do a decorative oval one there. There we go. So we've got that and that. All right. So I'm just going to pop that up onto dimensionals. There's a $ on the right-hand side of the chat too. Well, there you go. We learn something every day, says Vicky. All right. All right. There we go. And that actually helps me bring all this free content to you like I do each week. So I'm going to do that. Pop my ink pad away so I don't get dirty. All right. So I'm just going to pop that up on dimensionals on the front as well. What I find too is sometimes you can just do a little bit of Seal Plus on the back of this layer, and then I can actually just pop these into that on the back, and then I can pop my dimensionals over the top like so. Oh, one there and one there. So can you see that? I've just popped those die cuts on the back there, and then I've popped my dimensionals on, and I can then just pop that onto my card right there like that, and don't lose my little bee. All right, pop a dimensional on behind my bee because he's so cute. And he can sit right there, and then we'll pop a bow on. All right. I know I'm an hour early this morning. I think people are probably thinking, what is going on? I'm struggling with the Queensland and New South Wales time. Is anyone else like that? I have family that live in New South Wales, and I now live in Queensland, and there's no daylight savings, and I have no idea half the time what the time is. When I think I've got it right, I've got it wrong. All right, so we have that. And then, of course, with the festive pearls, once again, I'll pop a couple of those around. And we have that. All right, so we need a white insert for this one. Oh, I've got my white insert there. Okay, we've got some gorgeous stamps in this, but I love this flower stamp. So I'm actually going to take that flower stamp and just stamp that down in that bottom corner with my black ink. And so as you can see here, one ink, I've used one color ink and created this really, really cute looking card just with one colored ink. So I know a lot of people think that they need to have a lot of supplies and things, but you don't, like, honestly. And I think I'm going to stamp my little bee up in the corner there. So as you can see, hardly any supplies here, and we've made a gorgeous card. So I'll pop that one on the inside. Okay. There we go. And that is card number 3 done. So how am I going for time? Wow, I've only been on for an hour and we've done 3 cards, so we're not doing too bad. So do you want to do another one? What do you think? Will we have another one? All right. I'm going to have a big mess to clean up, aren't I, when I'm finished? All right. So I have the Christmas season and the seasonal label dies. So this is a really, really cute set. And it goes with another stamp set, Christmas to Remember. Okay, so, or we can use, I think what I'm going to use actually is this one with it. I'm going to use the Framed and Festive. So this is in the Fitting Florets. This is the limited edition stamp set that has some really good Christmas sayings in it. So I thought I could pair it up with this. Now, the dies in this one are really, really awesome. They actually have some labels in them, but they also have some other dies to be able to cut out some of the stamped images. So it's a really, really good versatile set, but the labels themselves you will use quite a bit. And as you can see, they're sort of nesting labels, so you'll be able to nest them up together. So I thought I would do a card using this set. So I'm going to do a white card base and fold that in half. So that's our thick basic white. Okay. Now, I've got a real red layer, so I'm just going to cut that layer down like that. Okay, and then I have a layer for the front as well. So I'm going to do just some simple stamping here and then pop it up a sentiment layer. So this has got gorgeous pine cones and things in it. I just wanted to actually use the leafy images to create a really cute look. So I'm just going to mount that one up and that one up. And of course, we've got dots in this one again. You know, you get me every time when we have dots. We have little dots, so we're going to need to use some dots for sure. Okay, so I think I'm just going to do that. Yep. So I'm going to grab shaded spruce, and I'm also going to do mint macaron, and I'm also going to do some real red. Okay, so I just wanted 2 different greens, and I'm just going to take that white piece there, grab my pierce mat, and shaded spruce I'm going to do this one. Okay, so I'm just going to go shaded spruce, some there, and another bit coming down through here. Mint macaron, like that, and down through here. Okay, so very, very simple. And then I've got a real red layer there. I'm actually going to cut out a really nice layer out of this and layer them up. So as you can see, we've got these 2 layers here. So I can actually cut that one out of my real red. I can cut that one out of basic white. All right, so I'm just going to run those through. I'll grab my cut and emboss again. Okay, so I'm going to cut the larger layer out of my real red. Like that. So that's the layer that I'm still going to use in behind my white layer. And then I'm going to, out of a scrap piece of white, I'll cut that one there. Like that. Okay, so you can see here straight away we have a really nice combination of some layers here that can go on the front of this card. All right, now I think just to pique a little bit more interest on this card, I might just grab some of these. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to cut. Whoop. I'm just going to cut some white pieces out of that die there. So I've got a piece of cardstock here. So I'm going to cut a couple of those. Now, sometimes a lot of people think that you have to stamp the image and cut the image out, but sometimes you can actually use the dies just on their own, just as a focal piece in behind, just to add a little bit more interest to your card. Okay, so we've got two little white pieces there that we can use. And you'll see when I add these, it just steps it up, just that little extra bit. Okay, so it adds a little bit more texture in behind. Now I've got my little spots, so I'm definitely going to stamp some spots around, and I think I want to stamp the spots in red on here. So oh, okay, so Linda says she's watching in her cabin anchored at Port Arthur in Tasmania. Well, welcome. Susan says obviously the dots are the ribbon now. Well, you never know, you know. They create a nice little bit of interest. Okay, so we've got some dots. I'm going to close up my ink pad so I don't get ink all over me. All right. So the only other thing we need to do now is work out. Oh, I think I'm going to do fa la 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 la. Don't we all like that? Fa la 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 la. Or will we do Noel? We might do Noel. So this is the framed and festive stamp set that goes with the fitting florets. Okay, I'm going to do Noel in green, shaded spruce. So we'll stamp our little sentiment there. Noel. And of course, do we want some dots on there? Yeah, of course we do. We need some little red dots. Just to spruce up Noel. There we go. Some cute little dots, just to spruce it up a little bit. Why not? All right. So I'm going to pop that one up onto the red. All right. So like so. And then of course that can get popped up onto that layer. And we can pop our pieces in, so I can go, once again, we can adhere those to our label. So I can turn it over and look at it and go, you know what? I want one piece sitting around about there, and I want another piece sitting around about there, which looks good. And we can pop that on there like that. You finally ordered this bundle, Vicky? I know. Sometimes we look at things and we look at things and we look at things, and then all of a sudden we decide that we want it. Isn't that true? Okay, so we have that. We have my white card base. I'm just going to adhere it straight down to my white card base. Like so. All right. Now, because we've got a white card base, we really don't need to have an insert for it. You can put an insert in if you want, but when you've got a white card base, you can stamp directly straight onto your insert. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take that scrap piece of paper. I'm going to grab my stamps. I'm going to do shaded spruce just down in the corner, like so. And then, of course, my mint macaron. We'll do one up there and one down there. And then, of course, we need to have our little dots in our real red, because the dots just make it. I might even put some just in there. Okay, and there you have card number 4. And of course, we can decorate with some of our festive pearls again. I might even use those bluey ones again, you know. Or will I use, no, I'll use silver because I can. All right, so let's add some cute festive pearls around. The bling just makes it, doesn't it? It just steps it up that one extra bit, doesn't it? So there you go. Card number 4 this morning. And I do have something else that I can show you really, really quickly, because these dies are fantastic. So I'm just going to pop that out of the way. I've already pre-cut some things for these, so I'm just going to pop that out of the way and show you these. Okay, so these are fantastic. These are what they are called, the split card dies. I think they're called split card dies. Like, honestly, they are absolutely gorgeous. But I thought what I would do is just do a really, really quick, easy card using these. Now, as you can see here, I've cut them out of 2 different pieces of paper. So I've got foiled and white, okay. What I actually thought would be really, really quite different would be to actually add these 2 together and make one card front. So I thought what I would do is just go randomly around here and cut this as a piece that we can add on, was my thoughts. And I mucked up a little bit there on the bottom part, but anyway. So what I wanted to do is add that to that. Can you see there? And then we've got a totally different card front using both of these split borders. So let's grab a, what do we want to do? I think I just want to do it on white to keep it quite simple. So I'm going to do a white card base here. Okay, now I'm going to add some glue onto the back. By all means, Vicky, if you want to use something for your card class, go right ahead. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on behind here because I need to adhere this to our gold. Now, remember when you're using liquid glue and you're using it on foil cardstock, to be very careful when you're going to put it on that you don't get glue everywhere where you don't want it to be. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up there and there and there and let that just sit. Okay, so seeing as I've got that there, I'm just going to pop a big block on it and go bam. Okay, so that will actually glue down. So I thought I just wanted to make this quite simple. So I thought I might use a beautiful bit of gold ribbon. Oh, I can grab my gold ribbon. Okay. So that's adhering to there. So these are dies that are just in the back of our catalogue that you may have overlooked and you may not have seen these dies. But as I said, they're called the split card texture dies. I think that's what they're called. So you can use them all different ways, all different angles. You can use them for horizontal cards, vertical cards, but they are absolutely stunning. I remember I was doing a Christmas in July event with my friend Rose Ward, and she used them. I'm like, where were they? How did I miss those in the catalogue? And I mean, sometimes it's quite easy to be able to miss things like that, and you think, how in the world did I do that? But okay, and then I'm just going to pop that onto a white card base. So you can see here straight away, it's giving you a really, really awesome, beautiful look. So it's really hard to put a bit of ribbon on here, but I'm going to do it at an angle so that we can keep that whole angle vibe going with this card. All right, so I'm going to add some Seal Plus there and some Seal Plus there, and then I can wrap my ribbon around at an angle just on the corner like so. Okay, and trim that off. All right, now I'm just going to adhere that down onto the front. And you can see straight away we've got a stunning card front already just by using the dies. We haven't even stamped. We've got a stunning card front already by just using the dies. And the idea of these dies is you leave that border around so that you've got something to glue down, like when it comes to adhering it to your card. So I'm just going to adhere that with my liquid glue. Okay. Now, I'm just going to use that set again, but I'm going to use some of these gorgeous decorative circle punch and the decorative Label Me Lovely punch. So I'm just going to stamp one of the sentiments. I think I'm just going to say, have yourself a merry little Christmas. I might stamp that on basic white. Now, I'm going to show you a cheat way of, if you don't want to get out gold embossing, but you want it to look like gold, grab your, oh God, and I'm going to have to open this up because I needed to get a new crumb cake ink pad. So grab your crumb cake ink pad and it will look like gold. So this is something that I do quite often when I don't want to go through the whole process of getting out my heat tool and my embossing kits and stuff. I tend to do this type of thing, and it's so good to be able to cheat, and it looks like we've spent a fair bit of time heat embossing. So I do it with crumb cake for gold, and I also do it in smoky slate for silver. So I'm just going to say, have yourself a merry little Christmas. Okay. Now I'm going to cut it out with the Label Me Lovely. So we will go like that. And then I'm actually going to cut the decorative circle punch. I have a piece of gold foil left over from when I did the front. So I'm going to grab the decorative circle punch and punch that one like that. Okay. So both of these punches are on sale. As I said, everything that I'm showing you today is on sale. Wow, I've done a fair few cards. So decorative label punch and the Label Me Lovely punch. And as you can see, I can pop that one up in underneath here and pop it on the front. So I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back. So yeah, with those split texture card dies, you can use them on their own, but you can actually use them together like that as well. And so it's created a really, really nice filigree type of front for your card. Okay, so have yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and I'm just going to line that up on that gold, and we'll pop that up on the front. Okay, so I'm just going to, for that, I'm just going to pop that right there like that. And then, of course, with my ribbon, tie a gorgeous bow. Okay. And pop that right there, just like that. And of course, with our festive pearls, I'm going to take some of the gold ones. I'm going to crack open a new pack. The gold ones are obviously my favorites. That's why they're gone out of all the packs. Oh no, here, I've got some here already opened. Okay. One there, one there. And look at that. What a simple, easy card. Just using some dies and a punch. But as I said, the cheating idea about the crumb cake ink and the smoky slate ink, I can tell you it is my go-to all the time. So I just bring back in those cards. So we've made that gorgeous one with the split texture dies, which is on sale at the moment. We've got the gorgeous seasonal label dies there, which are on sales, plus the stamp set. We've got the honeybee home that I did in the gorgeous, beautiful, I'm trying to think of the crushed curry. I was trying to think of the name of the colour. And we've got the Forever Fern one that we did there. And then we've also got that cute little border punch with the evergreen border punch as well. So there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in an hour and a half. Well, hour and 20 minutes. So so hopefully you enjoyed that today, and please give me the thumbs up. If you love what I did, please give me the thumbs up, because YouTube and Facebook love it when you do that, and it helps get my crafting out to more people. So we have this awesome sale happening at the moment. As I said, please make sure that if you've got things on your wish list, there are so many things that are reduced in price. It is unbelievable. It is a super time to buy, and it is also a super time to join my team. So you can put any of the sale items into a starter kit as of today. And if you have more things that you have on that sale list that you want to buy, you get to choose $235 worth of product, and you only pay $169. Plus, once you join, you can then get the sale items with an extra 20% discount on top as well. So it's even better. So it is a really, really, really great time to be able to purchase Stampin' Up! Goodies and actually join my team. So thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, happy crafting, and